What is not the condition for the equilibrium in three-dimensional system of axis for cable subjected to its own weight? A. Fx0. B. Fy0. C. F0. D. F0. The correct answer is F0. What is the tolerance of parallelism of straight lines? A. 0.015 on 300 mm. B. 0.15 on 300 mm. C. 0.015 on 600 mm. D. 0.15 on 600 mm. The correct answer is 0.015 on 300 mm. If two equal vector forces are mutually perpendicular in the cable subjected to its own weight, then the resultant force is acting at which angle as compared to one of the vector? A. 45 degree. B. 90 degree. C. 180 degree. D. 0 degree. The correct answer is 45 degree. In the diagram given below, coordinates of D is 122, C200 and B are as shown. The dark region is the cables holding the weight of 600 N at origin. Find the tension in the AD section. A. 900 N. B. 693 N. C. 646 N. D. 0 N. The correct answer is 900 N. Which of the following is not true for coincidence? A. Two axes merged in each other. B. Coincidence and perpendicularity are same. C. One axis extends beyond the other. D. Sometimes coincidence is used with more general meaning of parallelism. The correct answer is coincidence and perpendicularity are same. The magnitude of the resultant of the two vectors in calculations for cable subjected to its own weight is always A. greater than 1 of the vector S magnitude. B. smaller than 1 of the vector S magnitude. C. depends on the angle between them. D. axis we choose to calculate the magnitude. The correct answer is depends on the angle between them. If the unknown variables in the calculations are more than the known quantities, then the number of equations required to solve all the unknown variables are for cable subjected to its own weight. A. infinite. B. finite. C. not possible. D. question fault. The correct answer is finite. Due to which property the cable subjected to its own weight it offers no resistance to bending. A. extensible property. B. non-flexible property. C. flexibility property. D. static property. The correct answer is flexibility property. The assumptions for the calculations are done for the cable subjected to its own weight. In that, one of the assumption is that the cable is A. extensible. B. non-flexible. C. flexible. D. static. The correct answer is flexible. The loading in the cable subjected to its own weight doesn't change the of the cables. A. geometry. B. color. C. bending moment. D. point at which the shear stress is zero. The correct answer is geometry. The assumptions for the calculations are done for the cable subjected to its own weight. In that, one of the assumption is that the cable is flexible and the other is that the cable is A. extensible. B. non-flexible. C. inextensible. D. static. The correct answer is inextensible. Which of the following is true for coincidence between two axes? A. lightweight dial indicator is used. B. direction of measurement doesn't varies. C. there is no effect of gravity force. D. mandrel is used to represent the plane. The correct answer is lightweight dial indicator is used. Cable subjected to its own weight takes a shape of a when is subjected to loadings. A. helix. B. line. C. Spring. D. Complex figure. The correct answer is line. For calculations involved for cable subjected to its own weight, all the vectors quantities obey A. Parallelogram law of addition. B. Parallelogram law of multiplication. C. Parallelogram law of addition of square root of their magnitudes. D. Parallelogram law of addition of square of their magnitudes. The correct answer is parallelogram law of addition. The tensile force acting on the cable subjected to its own weight is in which direction W.R.T. The cable A. Perpendicular. B. Parallel. C. Tangential. D. At an angle of 2 radians. The correct answer is tangential. Which of the following is true for testing parallelism between two trajectories? A. Dial indicator is attached on a fixed machine component. B. Moving parts are moving in different directions in testing the parallelism. C. The two parts are moved by the same amount. D. Parts are moving together. The correct answer is the two parts are moved by the same amount. Which of the following is true to check parallelism between two straight lines formed by the intersection of two planes? A. V-blocks are used for large distance between two lines. B. No need of V-blocks. C. If there is a small distance between straight lines, then use of V-blocks is the most necessary. D. It can be checked only by a straight edge. The correct answer is V-blocks are used for large distance between two lines. The force on the cable subjected to its own weight is not neglected in the calculations of the load distribution. A. False. B. True. C. D. The correct answer is false. The cable weight becomes significant in the calculations of the loadings when the cable subjected to its own weight are used in the transmission lines and guides for radio antennas. A. False. B. True. C. D. The correct answer is true.